Hey YouTube. Today I'll just be doing a book review on two books that were recommended on YouTube by different YouTube bloggers. And yes, I am holding my camera if you can't tell. So just bear with me if the footage is bad. Just going over some things with you guys. So it's going to be two books. The first book is The Ultra Black Hair Growth by Cathy Howse. I think this book, I'm not sure on the prices, I can't remember, but for both of these books, I don't think I paid more than $25 for them. And I got these on barnesandnoble.com. I wasn't able to purchase these in the store. You have to buy them, purchase them online. The second book is not Ultra Black, but Grow It by Chicoro. I think that's how you say the name, Chicoro. And here's the back of the book. I think that's her there, Chicoro. The first one I want to talk about is the Ultra Black Hair Growth Tube, Cathy Howse. Okay, this book basically, it gives good tips, I guess. I think this is good for if you're newly natural, or even if you've been natural for a while, you're looking for good, maybe a new hair care regimen, or just some new information that you may not have known. It was really good for me. I like how it gives information. One thing that stood out to me was washing your hair every 2 to 3 days. I usually wash my hair at least once a week. At first I got this book like a week or so ago. And I think it's really good information how they say that you need to keep your hair moisturized every 2 to 3 days is good for washing your hair. It's wintertime right now, so I hadn't washed it every 2 to 3 days still yet. Right now, if you watch my other video, I got my hair flat ironed, so I am natural, but my hair is flat ironed now. But other things they talk about in the book is clipping your ends, how she feels about getting your ends clipped and things like that. To be careful, with hair care appliances and things like that. Different products and, that you should use on your hair or shouldn't use for that matter. It just gives a lot of good information. Moisturizing, deep conditioning, what else here? Hair, does hair really need grease? Debates on, if hair is really dead or alive. And I hope you all know hair is dead. I don't think the book, you'll need the book to let you know that. Yes, hair is dead after it leaves the scalp, but I guess that's debatable. I don't know how, but I guess it is. Also talks about clean hair. It's an easy read book. You can probably read this book in one day. I'll show you the font inside the book if you want to see how small the font is. Maybe it's not too small of a font, normal font. I think this book will really take you about a day to read if you just sat and read it. But it's not a hard read at all. It also talks about common causes of breakage, hair breakage, and just a lot of good tips and information about hair care professionals, about when you're going to salons and things like that. Curl patterns, and just a lot of good helpful information. So in the next book I want to talk about is The Grow It by Chicoro. That's how you say it. Really, I wouldn't recommend one book over the other. I think these books are really both one and the same. They're more alike or similar than they are different. And that's my honest feeling. They both talk about conditioning, they both talk about trimming, they both talk about their journey. They're really just one and the same, I guess. This one talks about, she has more of a breakdown here in the back, I will say. The Grow It book does. Let me give you guys some of the steps she has. She has step 6. It goes from step 6 to step 1. So it says to change your thinking. So one thing that she recommends is to just change your thinking on believing that you can actually grow your hair longer, and not believe in the myth that afro textured hair can't grow long. So she just thinks you should change your thinking before you even start, or it won't be possible if you already have a mindset that your hair can't grow to unbelievable lengths. Step 5 is protect. It says shield hair from everything. Step 4, moisturize, soften the hair structure and make it pliable. Step 3, condition, smooth the cuticles and direct the hair downward. Step 2, cleanse, minimize wear on the hair through decreased manipulation. Step 1, detangle, minimize damage to the hair by reducing the stress placed on it. So again, it just has a lot of helpful things that you may or may not know that could probably help you out in growing your hair longer. She also has, I think this is the book, I get them all tied into one, they're so the same, but I think Chicoro, the Grow It book, is the one that talks about setting goals for your hair. And what I say about goals, like let's say your hair is, your hair doesn't all grow the same in one spot. So let's say one section is growing longer than the other section and you're trying to get the bulk of your hair to reach to that new length. She says to set a goal for that for the rest of your hair and not let your goal length, let's say your goal length is 14 inches. This is just, 14 inches and the rest of your hair is maybe 12 inches. So your goal is to grow your hair 2 more inches to that 14-inch length. So she's saying not to let your goal length get longer. So keep that high length at 14, I guess maybe trim it or whatever to make sure it stays to 14 until the rest of your hair grows to meet that length, and not to let your goal be more than 3 or 4 inches long, or you'll maybe give up on your goal, or get frustrated and just clip, stuff like that. That's just one example of some of the things she has in her book that I think differs from the Cathy Howse, the Ultra Black Hair Growth 2. But they're both really good books, so I wouldn't recommend one over the other. You should get both of them and just see how they work for you. It's always good to have a lot of information to look at while you're growing your hair. So that's about it. BarnesandNobles.com. Don't think I paid more than $25 for the both of them. It didn't take long to get. I think it only took like 2 or 3 days for them to come in the mail, UPS. So again, I'll just show you the books again. This is the Ultra Black Hair Growth, Cathy Howse, and Grow It by Chicoro. And she even has a lovely picture of her really long hair on the back, if you can see that. Her hair is really long. So yeah, if you have any questions or anything about the books before you purchase them, please feel free to leave me a message or on the page or whatever. Or if you've already read the books and there was some helpful information that really stood out to you, please feel free to leave that as well. Maybe I did read these kind of fast, so I'll have to go back through them and read them. So if there was something that was really helpful in the book that you found, please feel free to leave that as well. Alright, bye YouTube.